This is a Fox News alert. I'm Leah Gabriel in New York. Jailed U.S. Marine veteran Andrew Tahmooressi on his way to becoming a free man again. A Mexican judge ordering the immediate release of the Afghanistan war veteran who suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. It's been 7 months since the 26-year-old was arrested by Mexican authorities for crossing the border with loaded guns. Tahmooressi maintained he got lost on a California freeway ramp that sent him across with no way of turning back. Tahmooressi attorney claiming his client carries loaded guns with him because his weapons, which were purchased legally in the U.S., actually make him feel safer. The attorney also saying Tahmooressi often feels distracted, which could have contributed to him becoming lost. Now, it's important to note that in Mexico, possession of weapons for use by the Army is a federal crime, and the country has been tightening up its border checks to stop the flow of U.S. weapons that have been used by drug cartels. But Mexican prosecutors argued Tahmooressi broke the law. Tahmooressi has maintained his innocence throughout this ordeal. His mother says her son's time in Mexican jail was worse than his 2 tours in Afghanistan. Tahmooressi family issuing the following statement, quote, "It is with overwhelming and humbling feeling of relief that we confirm that Andrew was released today after spending 214 days in Mexican jail." Joining us now on the phone is William Lajeunesse, senior Fox News correspondent. And William, you've covered this story extensively for Fox News. You've been in touch with the family. What's your take on this sudden development?
Well, Leah, you know, there's one thing that's uncertain. We know that Bill Richardson, former governor of New Mexico, has been in San Diego working on Andrew's release. However, Mexico has been very insistent that there was going to be no political interference in their judicial system. They're very sensitive about that. So even though Congressman Salmon from Arizona, Congressman Royce from California held a hearing in Washington, they've made phone calls to the Mexican Attorney General. Mexico again, and Enrique Peña, the president there, has been certain that, hey, we don't want anyone messing, with our judicial system. It is going to take its course. We know that both the prosecution and the defense had finished their closing arguments about 3 weeks ago, and this was now in the hands of a judge. One thing we're uncertain of, well, actually 2 things. One is, why was he released? Was it, number one, because of his PTSD? And psychiatrists for the state actually admitted and agreed with the defense that he could not get treatment in Mexico. Therefore, it was inhumane to keep him incarcerated there when treatment was not possible. That was one strategy, if you will, for the defense attorney. Secondly, that his rights were violated while he was at the port of entry by being denied an attorney, the right to see someone from the consulate, and was detained for more than 7 hours. Those were basically what the defense was claiming. So we don't know why the judge released him, only that he did. Second question, where is Andrew now? We've been informed by the family that he's going to be taking a private flight from the area back to Florida. Now, we were led to believe previously by his attorney that he'd be handed over to Mexican immigration and then go to the port of entry, probably in Tecate, Mexico, which is about 45 miles east of the ocean in San Ysidro, where the San Diego-San Ysidro-Tijuana border crossing is. That's because of where the jail was. However, I've spoken to ICE and Customs and Border Protection. It's uncertain if he is going to cross into the U.S. and then take a private flight back, probably from San Diego, or he could potentially leave from the airport in Tijuana, which is actually quite large, and fly from there back to Florida and do immigration there. So exactly at this moment, we don't know where Andrew is. We know he's been released. He's either on his way back to the U.S. or on his way to Florida. Yeah.
And William, I know there's a lot of people who will want to see him as he makes the cross back into the United States. This has been a long period of time for a lot of people who wanted to see him released. But you mentioned that we're not sure at this point what the conditions were of his release. I'm actually getting a couple reports in as we speak, conflicting reports actually on the conditions of his release. According to the San Diego Union Tribune, a statement from Mexico's Federal Judge Council said that the judge ordered dismissal of the charges, and ordered his immediate release. The Union Tribune also said that A Mexican official said that the grounds for dismissal was that he was unfit to stand trial because of post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, the Associated Press at this point is reporting that the judge released him without making a determination of the charges because of his mental state, William. So, depending on the conditions of his release, what do you expect for him next legally?
Well, he's free. And he probably won't be going back to Mexico anytime soon. I'm led to believe, because I know the personalities involved here, we've obviously spoken extensively with his attorney, Fernando Benitez. I believe Fernando spoke today with the UT. We know the reporter there, so I believe the charges were likely dismissed for the PTSD and that he was unfit to stand trial, and that was the reason for the dismissal as a whole. So there was really this situation in terms of the AP reporting, they don't know why. That's unusual. The judge in this case, a high-profile case, even in Mexico, he would have specified this is why, that we know that his condition was deteriorating. We know that was, again, part of the strategy of the defense by saying he'd been there for such a long time and that it was getting worse and that he couldn't get any better.
Now, the timing of this seems a little bit interesting with the midterm elections coming up on Tuesday. Is this good diplomatic work happening behind the scenes, or is it good lawyering? What's your take?
You know, I think it's a combination of things, several things. Mexico was making a point here. Everyone I have spoken to who's been involved with cross-border relations in the past has said this never should have gotten this far. Usually a phone call is made from one contemporary or colleague to another. You know, I'm on the U.S. side, you're on the Mexican side. I said, Leah, come on. You know, you need a break sometimes, I need a break sometimes. This guy's not guilty of anything other than making an innocent mistake. It should not have gotten this far. Once it did, it became a point of contention, and Mexico never likes to feel like they're bowing to the U.S. I think he got a very good, after two bad lawyers, he got a very good one who knew how to work the system and also made a very compelling argument. Secondly, on this side of the border, we have congressmen, we have the former governor from New Mexico pushing and pulling the political strings, if you will, letting Mexico City know, and I think this is what the point of the congressional hearing, if you watched it, you know, we can make your life pretty miserable if we choose to. Right now, we don't want to meddle in your domestic affairs. That would be wrong. On the other hand, you know, we give Mexico close to $1 billion a year in both economic aid, judicial reform, all these kinds of things. So you know what? I think it was actually both.
Interesting. So it's a long time coming. Now, William, his mother said that, you know, he served 2 tours in Afghanistan, but that his time in this jail has been worse than that. I've been to Afghanistan. I served in the military. I know what it's like. This is a man with post-traumatic stress disorder who gave medical aid to someone whose legs were essentially blown off. This is in combat. How well is the VA in California prepared to handle him and to really give him the treatment that he needs? Because now he's been through this whole additional ordeal.
Well, you know, I can tell you this. There is a padre, a priest who would see Andrew every day. And we've talked to him, and he really kept him sane, if you will, and let him know that there was light at the end of the tunnel. And I think that was very important for Andrew to see and have human contact on a daily basis for someone trying to look out for your emotional and mental well-being. He was alone in a cell. Because of the problems he had inside La Mesa prison in Tijuana, where he was assaulted by different inmates, tried to commit suicide to get out of the situation, and clearly his PTSD was a factor in that behavior. So, I'm sure, this is what the experts do. And he'll probably I assume he'll come back to La Jolla to get his treatment as he was supposed to be getting before he made that wrong turn that one night.